Hello, David Paul here. Um, I just thought of something I would like to explain about lights. Well, here I am in my cabin, and it's nice and snug. I've got my pullover on, but I don't have my coat on, so it's nice and warm. So, really pleasant evening here. That's partly due to the fact that I've got the fire on, and also partly due to the fact that temperatures are rising a little bit, so that the fire can cope with it. So there's the fire going now, a cup of tea going, lovely. So a remark was made on one of my videos about how I light the place, or electricity or whatever. So I thought I would explain something. I was watching a video on the Origin homestead, a Geordie couple who are developing a homestead in Portugal, and they have some problems with visas because they haven't met the income requirement yet, which I don't have to worry about because I got pensions. Anyway, I saw that he had some DeWalt tools. He had a drill, and it was DeWalt. Well, I've got some of the batteries for DeWalt tools, and I thought I'll make a little video explaining how you can light your place and live in a sort of situation that's normal. You've got electric lights, and you can turn the electric light off, and you can turn it on again. That goes red, and it goes white, and it goes ultra white. So how do I do this and then not have this miserable life in the dark? Well, it starts with these devices. I've got one over here freestanding, and I'm always going on about Decathlon, but because Decathlon produce superb high quality things. I have a headlamp as well, which I've misplaced in here somewhere, but it'll turn up again. So these things are camping lights. Now they've got a wind up thing on the back, which I don't want to sit and wind it all day to charge it. But what you can do is, if it goes dead, you can use it like a torch for like momentary use, and you can wind it while you're walking around trying to find something or whatever. So you need never be without light, and that's that. So I've got one of them over there. Now that thing is charged by a charger from a USB port, like a normal computer or mobile phone charger thing, one of the smaller types. So this thing at the moment is being charged, and it'll just run forever because it's not using its internal batteries. And you can see up there, there's a charge, a bit of a pink colour. That's the charge indicator, indicating that it's being charged. In fact, if I turn it off, it's all the charge indicator now. So let's turn it back on. That will eventually go green if it gets enough charge, but because I'm using it, it's never at full charge, but it's being kept alive by the battery. Okay, let's lead back to here. So what we got here is a DeWalt battery with a device on the top. So let me show you the DeWalt battery. There's another one, and this DeWalt battery, you can check the charge on it, and this one's fully. No, it's not fully charged. It's only 2 bars. I haven't got it fully charged, but it's not bad. So this thing is completely useless. It's 18 volts, and it's not any use for anything other than a DeWalt tool. Okay, so what you do is you go onto Amazon and you purchase one of these devices. I don't know what it's called. Maybe I should put the link in the description. Let's unplug it for a moment. So it's this thing here. Now what this has, it's got an 18 volt output here, which you can use to power a computer. You're not going to run the computer for long though. So what's going to happen is you put it in the computer, and you'll like open it and look at an important email or something like that. On the front, it's got an LED. Let's try that. Blinding LED. You can see it's terrific. So you come home at night and you've got this thing as a torch. turn it off. If I want to go crazy, I can have this going as well. And on the side here, there's a button here which activates these two ports, so they become enabled. And as a consequence, you can plug it into here and take the output from that into that light there and sustain it. It's running on its internal battery at the moment. Now that would run, this thing here will run about 5 hours, which will do, but if you want to keep a light on all night, it's not going to do it. Now, if you, in fact, I'm not absolutely sure how long it lasts, because I keep falling asleep, obviously. Maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever. If you, red LEDs are lower energy, so it's going to use less electricity, this, if I go to the initial mode, which is red. Okay, so you can put that red on, and that sort of emulates the effect of sunset, so it doesn't disturb your sleep. And you can leave that on all night if you want, but obviously it's going to go flat. So tonight is the first night that I'm going to put this thing to the test and see if it will, see if this big battery will sustain it. But as you can imagine, you know, these people, it's a great light, but they're not going to be putting in like terrific high power batteries, not like this thing over here. These are made to run power tools. So that there, as far as the battery is concerned, the task it's being asked to do is a very, very small task, so it should last for a very, very long time. So what I'm going to do here tonight is I'm going to connect my system up, and I'm going to sit here, well, work here and do things, and I'm going to use this. Let's see if the thing boosts in light level. You'll be able to see it on the camera when I plug it in. So get that right. Yeah, that's right, the other way around. Difficult to do holding a camera and working the battery at the same time. So I'm going to plug that in. That's at the bottom. That's it. So I'm going to turn it over. In you go. No, there was no discernible change in the light level, so this thing here must be quite highly charged, and it's doing its job just fine. So I just bought this. I paid about $3.75 for this cable tonight, and it's a really long cable. It's about a meter and a half, something like that. And the idea is I want to be able to have it as a light above my bed, and obviously I don't have to have the battery hanging up near the thing, because I've tried that before and it keeps dropping down. So this will power up from the ground and run that, and then I can basically just like a lamp on a power cable. Okay, let's put that back there. I'll loop this up out the way later on after the video, and that's how that works. So I have power for this thing here. I've got another battery which is charged up, so that's going to get me through the night, and it amply get me through the night. And then in addition to that, I'm going to be watching. I'm going to watch Netflix. Well, Lingo Pi on my. It's a language app on my mobile tonight, practicing my Portuguese. So what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to connect my mobile phone to this and charge it as well. So by tomorrow I'll have a fully charged phone. I may have one flat battery. Now I've got another one over there to take over the job. I can survive for like 48 hours here and have lights and everything. I used to take these lamps to be charged. I'm going to stop doing that now, and I'm just going to concentrate on making sure that these batteries get charged, and that I bring them home ready to run these things. And that's it. So that's how you do a lighting system. Now here comes the thing. the twist. I will be taking this to the Philippines. Now the battery here is an 18-volt battery, and I'm going to dismantle it, and I'm going to find out the lead back from this outlet port here. My suspicion is that this battery is connected, the 18-volt system is connected directly to that port there, and that's it. So if one were to connect something which pushed 18 volts into it, it would charge the battery. Obviously you don't go crazy here, don't over voltage it or you blow the batteries, but you got to like trickle charge it. So all you need is a small solar panel and feed into that port there. As I say, I've got to trace the leads back and find that they're wired in the way that I think they are, but I'm 99% sure that they are. In fact, I might not even need to dismantle it. I can just feed some power through and check the terminals at the back and see if they're showing 18 volts. So, with a voltmeter. So I do that and I feed 18 volts into there. So why is that good? Well, if you're just using this for LED lights, you don't really need a very big solar panel to charge this thing up. So you can get a 12-volt solar panel which will have what you call an open circuit voltage. In other words, it'll creep upwards and it will charge that, and then it'll float upwards to a point where it's charged the whole thing and you can disconnect it. So probably something like a 10-20 watt solar panel will certainly do the job for this low consumption, low demand job that I'm doing here. And that's it. So then I will have a house which has LED lighting. And these LEDs, you know, they use very, very little power. If you think about it, you buy these fairy lights for your garden and they have tiny, tiny little solar panels on the top and they charge up. And you've got these ones that you stick in the ground, they charge up and they run one LED. I know it's not great, but it's better than what you had before, which was nothing, you know. Now in here, you can see around here, I can see things and I can do stuff. And my home here, this place, home place I'm living in, is illuminated, so it works. It just works, and it's cheap. And this could go on indefinitely. In fact, it has two output ports there. I've just thought of something there. I could actually run both lights from it. I might do that. I might try that. Why not? Yeah. Run both lamps and then it can get pretty damn bright in here. I put one over there and one here, and it'll be like a normal house. So that's it. So that's how I get light. That's how it works. That's how I'm going to make it work. And that's how I'm going to advance my work with these things in the Philippines and Portugal. I've got some pretty clever ideas about running power tools, but we're not onto that yet. Directly hooking them up to solar power, so that we can have solar powered power tools running in real time when the sun comes out in the daytime. So they get powered up, the power's there, and you just use them. So you don't need batteries to store at night. That's it. That's 14 minutes, and I hope that's thorough enough. So, atilago, makita tayo sa kana. Jesus be with you.